So there's two forms of accountability, and the one I'm going to focus on in this video is the one we often get wrong in our friendships. So there's the form of accountability where you've done something wrong and you hurt somebody, you harmed somebody, and this is observable and measurable, and there's a need to be accountable and responsible for your behaviors. Then there's a other form of accountability, which I'm going to actually read you the Webster's dictionary definition for this form of accountability. Accountability is an assurance that an individual or organization is evaluated on its performance or behavior related to something for which it is responsible. The quality or state of being accountable, an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. So reading that, there's an implication here that accountability is a form of a contract that requires both parties to agree on said behavior that one is accountable for. So now let's talk about how we can get this wrong in friendships. I'm going to use an example. Say you and a friend go shopping all the time, and you go and you purchase a couple things. You're really good at budgeting and you save your money. However, your friend, she likes to splurge, buy a bunch of things, spend a lot of money. You really don't understand how she's able to live and sustain on the amount of money you see her spending when you guys go shopping. Now, scenario one is you decide to tell your friend that you're going to hold her accountable for her behaviors because she's spending too much money and you don't believe that she should spend as much money as she spends when you guys go shopping. That wouldn't be holding her accountable. That would be judging her. What's happening here is that you may have different values when it comes to money than your friend has. Discussing your friend's shopping behavior with her because you're concerned because her values don't seem to be aligning with your values would be judging your friend. And we kind of come off as self-righteous. Here's scenario two. Say you and your friend go shopping a lot and your friend splurges and you save and you are measured with your spending. And the next day you are talking to your friend on the phone and your friend says, I'm really spending too much money. I'm having a hard time paying my bills and I don't need these things. I want to get better at this. When we go shopping, I only want to spend $100 if we say we're going shopping for something, or I only want to buy what's on my list. And your friend expresses that with you. Then you go shopping with your friend and you see her putting things in her cart that's not her list, or going above the $100, or just really starting to have that same behavior of splurging. Here's where you have the permission as her friend to hold her accountable and be like, hey friend, you expressed with me that you want to change this behavior and you're not doing that right now. And I just want to hold you accountable because I want to help you. I know this was causing you some distress and I don't like seeing you in that kind of stress. So I'm bringing this up so that you can have a chance to think about what you're doing right now. That's holding your friend accountable. Sometimes we have to hold our friends accountable for things that we see that they're doing that's harming them to the point where it makes us feel uncomfortable. And that's where our personal boundaries come into play. And we may have to make a choice about removing ourselves from those environments or interactions that cause that discomfort, and discussing that with a friend out of compassion and concern. What you don't want to do is abandon your friend if you guys decided to be accountability partners for something, or they asked you to hold you accountable for something and then they're not doing it. This is where you have that conversation with them out of compassion and concern for their behaviors because they asked you to help them in this area. Don't just chuck deuces on them because they're not doing what they said they were going to do. I've had this happen to me before where a friend and I decided to be accountability partners for something, and I was falling short on this in this certain area, and they just stopped showing up for me. And that felt really hurtful. So you don't want to do that to your friends that have asked you to help them with their behaviors or hold them accountable. So I hope this helps. Bye.